had 7 children, 6 girls and 1 boy. And so we moved to a small community near Monrovia. And we grew up in a Christian home. We experienced leave home until I was 21 years old. So I know what kind of love, what kind of environments we lived in, and I still yearn for that today. As an individual, I'm a very simple person. Um, to just to go somewhere, but I guess it comes with the territory. I love working with women. I believe they are the central point of the development of our nations and our families. And, and that is my heartbeat, really, working to ensure that and to be able and to be learn what they see others do. And to continue to raise the bar, to continue to encourage all of the governance to just give us a little space because we are partners. That's what we want to be partners with them in development. And so if you ask me in one word, who is I'm a Pan-Africanist, our continent is a tall order, but I think all of us have a part to play, and I'll just continue the pomp and pageantry.
Madam Vice President, you've gone through so much in life. You were once the first lady of the Republic of Liberia. Then you ran into trouble. You were practically stranded in Liberia. You were very sick, and for you to travel became a problem. And then later, you became a senator.
Yes, sir.
The vice president. So, how did you overcome these challenges?
I still remember while I was in Accra after the UN had allowed me to come to do some surgeries, and, and I had continued with that in terms of getting better. And I was afraid that day. I was like, what am I doing? Where am I going? How? But just sitting with you, and you said some things that made me relax. You said, stop worrying about the past. It's the past. But you have in deeply troubled waters. What do I give to Liberia? And you said, I've never met you before, but I know that this is not the end of your life. This is just the beginning. And those simple words you said encouraged me. And I remember we had a long conversation in some places. And I don't know how I became Senator Dele. I know the opportunity became available, and the elders from my village came and said, well, come and join us. We'll make you senator. And I was laughing. I said, hey, here am I, Jewel Taylor, former first. Who's going to make me senator? And so it began and I said in my mind, well, let's just try. It'll give me an experience. Because every time you go through a process, you may not win every time, but it is a learning curve. And so I told myself, this is another learning curve. And I engaged in this process. And I remember the day I went to cast my ballot. put my phones off and I went to bed. For me, that was it. Because how would I ever be elected as senator? It was a far-fetched idea. Fortunately for me, I got up the next morning and I saw all these calls. Oh, you've gotten elected. I was like, who, me? I had gotten the second highest votes in the country.
Wow.
And I knelt by my bed and I asked God, I said, what are you doing? Where are you carrying me? What is it I'm supposed to do? And so that was purely a miracle. I really didn't work. When you understand how politicians have to work to get elected, in that first round, I didn't do anything. Maybe I visited, send them black and white posters because I didn't have the money. Can you imagine? And they would
Black
say,
and white.
oh, everybody is putting up their beautiful posters. How can you send us black and white posters? I said, that's all I have. For me, it was just a joke. So I think God just machinated this particular thing as a miracle to catapult me into many areas and many places. And I want to thank you for being more than a brother, because you've been a friend, you've been a brother, you've been speak. You always give me words of wisdom and encourage me to just hold on. And I'm so grateful.
Thank you, ma. Thank you so much. There is an aspect of you that can move mountains. Can you speak to us about the role that your faith has played in your life? Because you've had challenges at every stage. Please, Madam Vice President.
I grew up in a Christian home, and President Taylor. And it was a tough marriage. We had our difficulties. At one point, I knew that the only way I would have survived those 6 years was that I would hold on to the hand of God. And so my Bible became my friend. This is my house. I want to be comfortable. Please don't let your friends come in and out. So I lived there many years by myself. Friends would have to stay out. So while he was entertaining friends and doing meetings and different things, I sat in the middle of my bed and I just read the Bible and I cried and I got strengthened. Something happened one day and I was so down, Dele. And I picked up my Bible and I said to God, as difficult as things are today in my marriage, if you remove me from this place, because I felt I was so depressed. I see how people can die or people can just, do crazy things when they're at that lowest point. Make a covenant with you if you would take me out of where I am and set my feet on a solid ground and allow me to do what you've created me for. I will forever hold on. And that simple prayer has taken me to where I am today. But I learned in those 6 years that all power comes from God. And that everything you want, everything you desire, if it is in his will, he makes it come to pass. As president, one of the senators came and sat at my desk and he said, Madam Taylor, I came to ask you a question. And I was like, what's going on? He says there's no way in hell excuse me, and the places that we went and the conversations we kept, everybody knew that you would never sit in this seat. He said, for me to come today and see you sitting behind this seat as vice president, I want you to tell me who the guy answer I can give you is that people follow the gods with the small g. And my life deserve it, but somehow he sees fit to do what he wants. And if we're instruments in his hands, he always makes a way. And that blew me every angle of it, because there's no reason, Dele, that I should have been first lady and then become senator. Trajectory ever in the history of man. And so I don't know what God is doing, but I keep holding on because I know everything emanates from what he wants.
Wow. Could you kindly
Have is comparable to the US. We have a 3-branch government: the judiciary, the executive, and the legislature. The legislature is made out of two houses: the House of Reps and the Liberian Senate. And the vice president plays a very important role. Actually has 1 foot in the executive branch and 1 foot in the legislative branch. So I think it was done in a way that you become that link. And so regardless of who sits in that seat, the fact is that that seat or that office is a link. And so we do everything, our constitution, our flag, most of the things we do, our laws are patterned after the United States. So we're in a Republican form of government.
Also, you are also the Senate president as well as vice president.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. Now, let's talk about poverty in Africa. You alleviating poverty in your country, because I think it's a very big issue out there. Unemployment and all that.
And when we campaigned in 2017, that was an issue. Campaigned with us and voted for us. We would go and talk to them, and they would say, "Don't worry, we feel you. We know that, Ambassador, we are the work that will be done will transform our lives." And so we were able to, over the period of about 9 months, visit the nooks and crannies of our country, and I saw poverty at a level that is hold on to God, and that opportunities will become available that will actually transform their lives. The office of the vice president, but it is expected and that the president takes the lead, the president brings the vision, and the president determines. As an activist for many years, sitting in as presidents before me who were silent, and you can remember Joseph Boyka